Hey guys, I'm currently working on a GTA-like game set in Perth, Western Australia, called The Larcenist, and lately I have been coming across a few roadblocks with the development of the game. For those who don't know, I'm looking to get a minimum viable product version of my game completed by late January 2025, which is only 2.5 months from now. A minimum viable product is a version of your product with the least amount of features possible and could still theoretically be shipped. In the last couple of months, however, I can't say I have been implementing the things into my game that fit this criteria. I have spent basically the whole of October making unnecessary things that don't need to be in the game at this point, like a better Toyota Camry model, which took way longer than I expected. I was planning on doing even more of this stuff, like a better and more complex traffic system, even more quality car models, and even a whole chunk of the map having fully modelled roads and even some quality building models. Now, I don't know what I was thinking when I thought I could fit all of this into an MVP, short for minimum viable product, but the unfortunate thing is, I have already wasted a whole heap of my time, and now I only have 2.5 months left until it is supposed to be done. But still, I have even less time than that, as for the next couple of weeks, I will be spending most of my time on schoolwork, as I have quite a lot of work I need to do, like coding a whole other game in Pygame for my computing class, which I'm massively overscoped for, and study for the last tests of the school year. So now, it's time to address the main topic of the video. I need a better plan on how I can finish this MVP version of my game in time. The main thing in my new plan is to completely remove all the unnecessary things from my roadmap, which were clogging up most of November and December, and I replace them with more important things, leaving more time to do polish and bug fixing for the entirety of January, which I'm quite happy about, as it allows for more time to finish any unfinished features that I wasn't able to fully implement during November and December. My current plan is that for the rest of November, I will create an extremely basic map of the Perth CBD, with the roads and buildings just being textured and scaled to default Unity cubes. In hindsight, I have no idea why I didn't go with this in the first place, but it's better late than never, right? If you're wondering why I have given myself so much time to do something that should take me at the very most a week, it is because I need to make room for my schoolwork and also a very special video which will be coming out at the end of November. The next thing on my roadmap to get removed was the plan for a new traffic system. The current one I have in place has no traffic light scripting, so currently, at a busy intersection, the cars would all be crashing into each other. For the final game, this wouldn't be very good, but for an MVP, it will do. So that's why I removed improving it from my roadmap. Also, I could always add these systems in later. I was planning on adding more cars this October, like a sports car, a ute, and an SUV. But after the first car took longer than expected to model, I decided I shouldn't use any more of my valuable time modelling more cars. I'll still probably implement those cars in the MVP, but I'll probably make them out of a bunch of cubes smashed together instead of an actual car model. The main thing is that the player will be able to test out how different cars will drive, as an SUV would drive different to a sports car, as SUVs generally have quite soft suspension and tilt a lot while turning sideways, while sports cars usually have stiff suspension, doing a good job sticking to the floor. Now for the people who voted on my poll, don't worry, when I start modelling cars again, I will model the chosen car first, which if anyone is wondering, ended up being the Lamborghini Huracan. The next thing on my roadmap, for the start of December, is a better wanted system. This system is different to something like the traffic system, as a wanted system is a very important part of the game I want to make. Now the wanted system that I have right now is extremely buggy, and the police officers are extremely dumb. And when I say extremely dumb, I mean ragdolling themselves out of their car to get to the player dumb. The wanted system will be slightly different to GTA's, as instead of using a wanted star system, it will use a wanted score, which ticks up when a player does a crime, and the higher the score, the higher the police retaliation. For the last part of December, the last planned feature I need to add will be a playable mission. This mission will probably be a heist of some sort. I'm thinking a jewel store heist. Now there are still a few things I need to wrap up with the mission system, like making passing the mission work, getting a background music system working, and setting up the groundwork for a localization system. But after I do those things, it should hopefully be smooth sailing to make the jewelry store mission. There is just one more thing I would need to put some thought into, and that is how I will voice act the characters. So when it comes to that, I will make a video on how I will tackle this problem. For all of January, I'm hoping to implement as much bug fixes and miscellaneous important features as I can, like a pause menu and a basic save system. It will take a while to do some of the features like the save system, but hopefully a month will be enough time. The good thing is, everything that I will need to do in January isn't completely necessary. Now something like a pause menu would be very bad not to include in an actual released game, but the thing with an MVP is that the most you have to do is make your game playable, which doesn't require a pause menu or a save system. Now after changing up my plan, I feel like I am back on track to getting my MVP done by January, albeit the MVP will be much more lacking in content than what was originally planned, but after thinking about it, I don't think I would have been able to complete the MVP by my deadline if I were to stick to the original plan. So that about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, I would very much appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe, as I make game dev related videos like this one every couple of weeks and it helps out a ton. Thanks for watching this video.